Now to our feature story tonight. For many people in society, it's something they wouldn't even think about. But for one community in Rolleston, they don't think twice about it. In fact, they love it. It's a way of life. The Pine Glad's naturalists are celebrating 60 years of existence, and Jared McCulloch was brave enough to head along for their 60th birthday.
This is Pine Glad's Naturist Club, and they're celebrating a milestone.
It's a long time to be a naturist.
But it's a special day, marking a special occasion. 60 years, a Diamond Jubilee. It's one of the oldest running naturist clubs in the country, first established back in the 1950s as the Canterbury Sun and Health Club. This is Chris. She's president of Pine Glad's, taking up the challenge for now 2 terms, but she's been a member for over 20 years.
I met my now husband and he was a member and he brought me out here, and the rest's history. It's just a wonderful place, wonderful friends, really friendly atmosphere.
Tucked away in this secluded yet peaceful site in Rolleston sees a group of people who love to bear it all, a social place.
When you're nude or naked, you're all on a level playing field. You don't have any preconceived ideas. Some thin people, some larger people, short, tall, we're just people.
The lamb was bought for only £90, and they've cared for and looked after it ever since. It was a bustling place back in its heyday, up to 500 members at one stage. This footage shows the keen naturalists clearing the once occupied land and living what they call a relaxed lifestyle. Here you can see a billy cam boiling, a symbol here at Pine Glad's. The one that's being used today is the exact one in this footage, this many years on. Men, women, children, families, they spent their time here in weekends and even weekdays. These days it's much quieter, with membership now closer to around 200.
Members that decide to move away for various reasons, they may move out of town or just decide that they don't want to be a part of Pine Glad's anymore. But no, it's a wonderful place for families, children. We don't have many children as members now, but in the past the place was full of kids.
But she says there's a lot of memories here at the club.
At our dinner last night we remembered those that have passed away and that had done so much to have our grounds looking the way they are now.
Where I'm standing here is the most historic part of the site. It's known as Gloria Ave. It starts about 50 metres behind Alex, our cameraman there, and goes all the way up to the end of this 18-hectare site. Around me are huts. They were dropped off here in the 1960s when this first was open, but they're much older than that and made by carpentry students, but they're quite unique. In fact, as you take a look at this one just around here, there are doors on either side where it used to rotate and get the sunlight throughout the day. And here is that stretch of road back in the day, a clear site with 36 benches from the Christchurch Sanatorium, all of them close to 100 years old. Meet Ralph. He's a life member here at Pine Glad's.
I'm 87.
87, and how long have you been part of the club?
I've been here for over 40 years.
He's been a naturist well before the club, enjoying the sunshine in the summer months in his own backyard to get himself a nice natural tan. He then went on a holiday to enjoy the hot pools in Hamner when a man came up to him asking about what club he was from.
I didn't know what he's talking about. He said, "You're obviously a member of a Sun Club, otherwise you wouldn't have an all-over tan." So I explained the situation. He said, "Well, if you enjoy that sort of thing, I think you ought to be a member."
And so he did. A week later, he was signed up and he's never looked back. He has his own personalised hut. He used to look after it with a friend. But his friend got married and Ralph, well, he's maintained the upkeep since, saying it has everything he needs.
And so it's got a small fridge and a stove for cooking, radio, and I've even got a little TV there. So it's a home away from home.
They've encountered some issues both at home and in Wellington. The government at the time in the 70s had their eyes on the land with plans to build a satellite city. Land was even purchased elsewhere for the group to pack their bags and move to, but it never happened. The government changed their minds. And just 5 years ago, with more and more neighbours popping up either side of their secluded paradise, developers wanted the land too, catering for New Zealand's fastest growing district. Again, it never happened. However, Chris says it's a place of luxury.
We've got spa, sauna, swimming pool, sports fields, as in mini ten, which is a naturist form of tennis. We're very sports-minded, so we're not just lying out in the sun saying, worshipping the sun. We're here, we're playing sport, we're doing the gardens. Yeah, we're quite an active club.
The numbers have decreased over the years as people get busier with their lives, but Chris isn't concerned.
We haven't got those younger people. When I did first join, we had a lot of 18 to 25-year-olds. It's quite different now. People's working environments, just everything's changed. The shops are open all the time. People love going to the mall.
She says people have been curious of the club with their own ideas of what goes on here, and she says it's not what you think.
When I talk to people about being a naturist, they've got a preconceived idea that the minute we land on the grounds, we strip off. It's a cold day, it's the middle of winter today. None of us are going to strip off. We're not stupid.
But today is a time to celebrate, with the undressing of the sculpture from Ralph to make it official.
I think it was an honour. I'm not quite sure why they asked me, apart from my age. But anyway, it was an honour.
A group of friends with memories that will last forever.
Let's go and have some afternoon tea. Come and join us inside, everyone.
Jared McCulloch, CTV News.